Hey, Matt Man's back. Today I'm going to show you some crafting I like to do. No, not this one yet. This one. All right, so what I got here is these chains here are from chocolate candy bars from Aldi's, kind of like Lindell's. Um, and notice I try to do a pattern, like, the reds are alternate. It makes for a more pleasing presentation. So this is a bit of honey. First one I ever did, a little loose. I'll probably end up redoing that before this is done. These are penny rolls. This is Halloween candy, peanut butter taffy. Um, Doing two makes for a boring pattern, so I did put in this transition where the slants went the other way. I don't know if it made a difference or not. These are other Halloween candies, some sort of caramel. These are, I think, Tootsie Roll Pop flavored candies. Tootsie Roll Pops. These are nickel tubes, nickel rolls, peppermint patties, Tootsie Roll Pops, another kind of flavored taffy, Tootsie Roll Pops, quarter tubes. These are the strawberry candies, and last is the Tootsie Roll Pops all one. All right, these strawberry ones are kind of interesting. I did one wrapper here. If you notice, it's green, red, silver, and it's also just silver on one side. So, depending on how I folded it, I could do, the red, the green, and then just turn it over and do the silver. So that's a nice one, kind of Christmassy. Kind of like it. Going to keep going, and our next project is going to be with Dum-Dums. And no, the irony is not lost on me. So this is what I got going on right now. This is the Dum-Dum chain. I use 9 different wrappers here, and odd numbers always work the best, because when you do an odd number, the color or the whatever you're sorting by will go on opposite sides. So like there's a red, there's a red, there's a red, a strawberry, and then like look at the then you can look at the orange, and it's the same thing. Got one there, you got one there, you got one there. So makes for a pleasing pattern, and I always try to go like the rainbow, the color wheel. So got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And I stick the root beer in there to make it an odd number, and it's kind of neutral. The next one in line is this root beer. So I'll show you how to fold it. First thing is these Dum-Dum wrappers are cut very badly. If you notice there, that's not squared off. This is slanted up, and it looks like the bottom is slanted down. So what I do is I take the most square side and just fold it diagonally. And this is just squaring it off, and once it's square, then you can deal with it. Alright, so there I got one squared off. Now we will always go, this is the side that's consistent, the ones with the gaps and the ones with the cut marks. That's the side that's cut, so you always want to bury that and make your length from the edges that are true. So the goal here is to make a strip that measures 8 to 1. And I'll show you why in a minute here. So I do a half fold, and then I do kind of a weird third fold to get my 8 to 1. So I got a length of 8 centimeters there, and I got a width of 1 centimeter there. All right. So then you take and you fold that in half like that. And to make sure that that's square and folds right, I always take a tool and push it up so everything is nice and tight. Then you fold the next fold in. I originally started doing this to improve or at least maintain what little dexterity I have. It, you know, I noticed my hands getting tighter, and I thought if I just kind of do light fiddling like this, it would help. And it did. So now we went from 8 to 1 to 2 to 1. And when I put it in here, string it through, it'll be a 1 centimeter square. All right. So another thing you got to keep in mind is that there's a grain here with this flap. So you always want to make sure that the next one that'll go through will go through with the grain, not against the grain. And I did the same thing on this one. So this would just slide through. Not super easy, but it won't get caught up. There's one. And then you notice on the other one, you do it, put it between the folds there. Like I said, it's fiddly. This takes every bit of my superpower. If you don't know what that is, you got to go back to my first video. So that's one done. Okay, I always take the pin then. I just got a hat pin here that I use. Very useful. Get it in there. If these kids are doing this, you might want to find something different. All right, made the gap for the next one, and it's just repeat. Make sure you keep your colors in order. It's that easy. We originally came up with this idea because we made it as kids, and we did it with the Wrigley's Juicy Fruit and the Spearmint and the Peppermint. I wish I had some of those chains now. I don't remember how long we got them. Probably not very long. All right, square it off. Give it a 1 fold, 2 folds, 3 folds, a 3rd fold for this. And remember, for every wrapper, you come up with a different pattern of folding to get to your 8 to 1. The 8 to 1 is the most important thing. Okay, so now we're going to put an eyelet in it so that we can hang it up. So you notice the very first one that I did has a, you know, it's 2 to 1. Everything else is the overlap, and each one just shows the 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So on our extra little flap here, which is thinner, because this is 2 layers and this is 1 layer, we're going to go ahead and punch a hole in that so we can install an eyelet. And I do that with this punch tool. So we'll center it on there. We'll give it a nice punch. Kind of move it a little bit. And then I turn it around. Find the same area. Punch it again. Look at that nice hole. So I have these rough eyelets here that I'll use that same tool on, and you put it in the hole, and you got a wide flange side and a part that needs to be crimped. So I reconfigured the tool for that mode. And what you want to make sure is that the flat side, the wide side, ends up on the grommet. I'm sorry, on the gasket. And just crimp it. And then I like to turn it 180 degrees and crimp it again. And look at that, nice little eyelet installed. That'll certainly handle that little bit of weight. So I got it punched out. It's ready to be hung. Don't have the right length yet, but I just want to show you so I can wrap this up. So what I have here is a hanger that I made out of just a piece of hardwood. Got it at the hardware store for putting up signs. They're real cheap. And then I drilled all the holes for the hooks with a drill press to keep them nice and straight and even. They're 1 inch apart. So we'll hang that one there, and that's our new one joining the rest of them. And there we have it. From the ceiling right down. Got it all the way down to there. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give it a like. Do all the good things to help me get this channel started and going. See you next time.